Elisa, Torres, it's amazing to have you here at the US-Switzerland Quantum Symposium here in Arlesheim, Switzerland. It's great to have you here from Chile. How was the trip to Basel so far?
Well, thank you, Desiree. I'm so happy to be here. Honestly, it's so great. I traveled from Chile to Paris and then Paris to Basel, and it has been wonderful and so enriching experience right here, learning about from experts in the industry and the academia. So it's wonderful to have both perspectives and also being able to contribute with my perspective as a student, as a 17-year-old who is bringing this ecosystem of girls in quantum.
Yeah, you already mentioned it. You're 17 years old and you came up with this great thing which is called Girls in Quantum. So when was this thought originally first time in your mind that you said, I want to do something in this field, I have to do something for girls in quantum?
Well, that was quite unexpected, honestly. I started with this program where I was a full scholarship from IBM, and it was learning about quantum. And afterwards, I decided to do something with my community, but it was all in my school. But after many messages that I sent to my friends and some of the partners in my other program, they were so keen to help me. So that's how it started, for example, with a girl from Spain, from USA, from Africa, and that's how this ecosystem started growing slowly, but really happy to have this sort of support right there from them. They're currently in their countries creating this great initiative, so really happy.
Yeah, I've seen on your homepage that your team is spread all over the world. How are you collaborating and communicating?
Yeah, well, that's great. We just uploaded our website now, updated, so it's getting bigger and bigger, and I'm so happy. And in terms of that question, I think that we're getting bigger in terms of creating, for example, collaborating with different organizations and people that wants to support us. For example, creating some new initiatives or platforms. We're also sharing educational resources, which is great because we have receiving, for example, videos about quantum computing or what is a qubit, and that's amazing.
Which are the people and also institutions that support girls in quantum the most?
Yeah, we hosted an event last year with IBM where we had 200 attendees. It was one day in Spanish, one day in English, and it was great because we could have both people from different backgrounds. We had 9 international speakers, and they talk about quantum cryptography, quantum chemistry, quantum internet, and a lot of different topics that were incredible. And the good thing of those seminars was that it was all in simple levels, so it's not talking about rocket science. And yeah, that's some of our programs that we're doing now, some collaborations. We're also heading, in terms of a program, a course that teaches quantum computing to students, also a research program with Perimeter Institute in Canada. They invited us recently, so we're really happy to create these sort of initiatives because it's so helpful for students and especially for girls to close the gender gap.
How old were you when you first heard about quantum and also realized that this will be a passion that will be in your life forever?
Yeah, of course. Well, I believe that I was 15, if I'm not wrong, and I started what is this? What is quantum, right? So I slowly started doing more research about it, what was this emerging technology. I later found out, hey, all of these applications that could be possible. So I was really keen to that, and afterwards of the program, the 8 months that I had been involved in those programs, I was okay, I need to do something, and that's how that led me to create Girls in Quantum.
I saw on your homepage that you inspire, connect, and collaborate.
Exactly.
Which one of these 3 steps is the most challenging one?
Oh, well, that's a great question, actually. I believe that definitely inspiring. It's one of our main key things. So definitely getting to have the students right here, the girls in schools. We go to schools, we go to conferences if we try, and that's great. But it's also difficult to say, hey, let's be involved in quantum, right? It's that's why we have the other pillars, the other pillars of collaborated together and also having mentors. That's our main thing. So mentors can come and teach hey, I'm involved in STEM, for example. It's not a linear process. I have all these failures, but also this is how I cope with them. So that's the key thing that we do, and I think that that's one of the most challenging things that we have.
What do you say to a girl or a woman who is interested in someone going to the quantum field but has no experience at all. How do you soft-spoken bring this topic to someone who you think could be interested in this topic?
Yeah, of course. So I also approached that question with the other one in terms of inspiring. So I had no idea about quantum, but I really was inspired by other females that were involved in the field currently, and also being curious. I think that is the best thing ever, like being curious. Don't be afraid to be bored. That's one key thing. Sometimes we're like, hey, I'm bored, what can I do now? But that leads to curiosity, and that lets also students to be like, hey, discover something new that they may like. And that happens to me with quantum computing. That may not happen to everyone, but that's definitely an opportunity right there that we need to try. And right now we're in this technological era that we need to take advantage of all the resources out there, the online courses, the books, the videos, everything.
That's an amazing mindset, though. Which female person who is working in quantum inspired you the most?
Well, there's definitely a lot. I can say Shohini Ghosh is one of them. There's also Wemiao Yu. She's from Oxford. So it's great to have those many people. I just met Shohini in Canada some weeks ago, and it was like the best thing ever. There's many people. Also Katie Mack. So I just to name a few, but they're really inspiring. Actually Katie Mack not just, but some months ago she published a book in terms of dark matter. So it's great to get to know those women that are inspiring, and yeah, it's so great to get to know them as well. It's wonderful.
You started to have a huge impact on this scene so early. If you think into the future, what are your goals? What do you want to reach in this field that you invaded so early?
Yeah, of course. Well, there are definitely plans ahead with the team that we're like really enthusiastic on involving more girls and students. That's our main goal that we have to put into the table. But yeah, in terms of personal reasons, I would love to continue with organization as well. That's for sure. And well, I hope so. And I'll also continue in college or university. I'm in my senior year, so next year I'll be in university and hopefully pursuing a major in science and technology together, perhaps staying in engineering or biotechnology. There are some options that I'm really interested in, I hope to pursue in the future, and also involving more females in the STEM. So that's where we go.
What do you think is the most underrated challenge for girls and women in quantum?
Underrated channels? Well, that's also a good question. I'd say that sometimes people used to say like, I don't know if underrated, but I'll go to that question in other terms. So sometimes as the girls, we have problems like, hey, we say, oh, perhaps I cannot do it because, I don't know, they are better than me. So I think a comparison is one of the main problems as well, but that's overrated even though. And also being like really interested in science and in STEM sometimes can be like, hey, perhaps you might go like not in STEM but in other areas. So there's definitely some key points right there. It's actually really important. Now I figure out that sometimes people have political problems, cultural problems, factors in their family that are really underrated. That's how I would approach the question actually. We had a case, for example, with one of our members, some of our members currently face those challenges, like they cannot be involved because of their family or because they are not allowed to. So it's really difficult, and I think that we need to put attention in that.
I think the community here is so grateful to have you, and I'm really grateful too that you squeezed in our little interview before you will join the stage and have your speech. What can the audience expect from your speech that you will? I think I have to let you go soon for your speech, but what can we expect from it?
Yeah, of course. No, I'm really excited once again, and yeah, I think that what they will expect is sharing with them my perspective as a student, how I created everything, and what we do actually, like how everything works with my team. I'll explain what quantum computing is about, but Girls in Quantum is about, our main pillars, as you mentioned, and also our impact. That's our main thing, and hopefully we can get some people that might be interested in collaborating with us. That's our main goal, and yeah, assisting to other events that could be also enriching for other students.
Elisa, thank you so much, and I'm really excited to see what the future will bring to you, but now I will have to let you go and enjoy your speech and also the next days here in Allesheim in Basel.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to see it. Thank you.